All right, good evening, good evening, good evening. This is William Surf Ryle, and you are watching the Rewrite for a Cure page. I'm in my office. I'm going to take about 40 minutes to talk with you guys about seeing the bigger picture. While I'm painting this mural, now before I start talking, let me make a couple of things clear. I am not a doctor. I am not a medicinal practitioner. I am an 8 year and 8 month survivor of stage 2 colon cancer, and everything that I speak about on this video is for the intended purpose of edutainment. Education and entertainment combined into one. And as I am painting, I'm using this picture that I'm painting as a primary example of what you are doing. You are a work of art. See the bigger picture. As you can see, I'm working on this picture here. I'm going to try to readjust this camera so you all can actually see a better visual of what I'm painting. This is from my art collection. And this is an actual friend of mine by the name of Dre. And I'm using his image as a scenario for some of my artwork. So as I am working on the background, I'm going to give you guys a little story about myself. 2014, I was diagnosed with colon cancer, and I found this out by passing out in my store. And 2 weeks later, I found out that there was a tumor in my colon the size of a golf ball, and it was cancerous. And instead of them going and just taking it out, they wanted to do chemo and everything and scared me to death. And I called a friend of mine by the name of Tony Lampkin. Tony Lampkin hooked me up with the man who saved my life, Mr. Chris Williams. We call him affectionately Doc Williams. And for 30 days, I became his student. And I learned everything that I needed to understand about the process. Now I call the regimen. And for 5 months, I was a student. Yet, as I was going through my process, he noticed that what he was looking for wasn't happening. All the way up until early March of 2015. I'm in the hospital again for the second time. As we sat down and went through everything that I was going through, he noticed that I wasn't doing my regimen correctly. That was because I was only eating once a day, in which he explained to me that I needed to take my regimen 3 times a day, along with the eating program. And I had told him, well, I only eat once a day. And he said, you can do one meal 3 times. You just got smaller portions. And he explained to me why that was important. Once I got the understanding of why he wanted me to do his process the way he wrote it down, when I got out the hospital late March 2015, on my way to Memphis with my motorcycle club, with a washroom break, parasites the size of shoestrings came out of me for approximately 4 days while I was on the road. When I came back to Chicago after that trip, I was feeling so much better. I was in the best shape of my life. And I mean, when I tell you all that I was feeling so good that my hunger came back, my strength came back, my focus, my clarity, I was a different person. All the way up until April, up to July of 2015, the weight that I lost at the time, which was 30 pounds, I was at 183 pounds, I went down to 150 pounds. I went from, in 5 months, starting that regimen, I only gained less than 12, 13 pounds. By the time July hit 2015, 4 months after I got out the hospital for my second hospital visit, I was at 183 pounds and I was solid. I was a lightweight bodybuilder. So to see that happen, to see my muscles coming back, to see my weight coming back, and to see that people were looking at me and they noticed that I looked totally different, means that this man's regimen was actually working and the tumor was beginning to shrink. These are the things that learning the regimen will help you do. So, as I am painting this picture while I'm talking to you all, I want to discuss step number one. Before you do anything, you have to see the bigger picture. Just like this picture here, this is his actual image, and I painted it, I'm putting it up, but I'm adding to it. You have to see the bigger picture of where you want to be from a state of in the worst condition in your life to where you actually want to see yourself victoriously. The regiment is designed for this purpose. So, where do you want to see yourself 14 days from now, 30 days from now, 4 months from now? Find an image that puts you in that zone. Write down everything that you would like to accomplish so that when you get to the 4 months, you're there. And you can look back and see all of the things that you've done to get you there. This is what this video is going to be about. Get a calendar. Get your phone. You're going to be writing down a lot of stuff. You're going to be facing your fears. This is what cancer eats off of. Fear. This is before you start taking any supplements. This is before you start doing the smoothies and you start eating differently and you get into an exercise program. This is the very, very first thing that you need to do. Put it on paper and demand yourself to reach that goal. Because when you have something to work hard for, your whole attitude changes. Do you understand? What I want to do is give you all inspiration. You are valuable. You are valuable. And don't let nothing or anybody stop you from reaching your goal. Because once you get there, you're going to see something in yourself that everybody doesn't realize how valuable it is. And that is a victory. That's what I want you all to get. I want you all to get this victory. What do you want in 4 months? How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself right now that you're dealing with this issue? How do you see yourself 4 months from now as the victor and not the person that's in this state? And do you love yourself enough to tell yourself every day, get off your lazy butt and let's go get it? Do you love yourself enough to say, no matter what anyone says about you, we're going to get through this? Do you love yourself enough to tell yourself, I demand more out of you before I demand more out of anybody else? Because that's where my problem was. And again, this is for edutainment purposes. You got to get up. Take 4 or 5 minutes, take 30 minutes, and look deep inside yourself and ask yourself, where do I want to be? And I'm going to use a statement from my man, Mecca Audio. Pain only lasts 14 days. After that, move on. 14 days from now, where do you want to see yourself? And write it down 14 days from this day. And work on what you need to do to get there. You may need to sit down. You may need to write down what you are fearing. You may need to sit down and cry and get it out your system. But once you get it out your system, don't go back. You're going to have to detox. You're going to have to stop eating all that crap. Though it tastes good, it ain't good. You're going to have to retrain your eating habits. You're going to have to retrain your body. You're going to have to clean your house. You're going to have to clean your inner house. But you're going to have to start taking notes and start being a student so that you can become a master at this. And it takes time. And we, in this atmosphere called the United States of America, we want everything quick, fast, quick, fast, quick, fast. The universe takes billions of years to develop what we see in the sky right now. What makes you think that your perfect you is only going to be less than 24 hours away and all of your problems are resolved? That's not real. Look at what you want to be at this very moment. Look at an image of where you want to be. We got something called AI generated pictures. Get an AI app and tell this app, take your image and place you in this situation, place you in an office or a building that you own, place yourself in a nice car, place yourself in a position where you are where you want to be. And when you get that image, download it, make a picture of it, and put it on your wall. Find words that every time you hear these words, it makes you want to get up and do better. Find a movie, find a book that when you see this book and you read it, it automatically gets you ready to rock and roll. I got a book that's being published now. It's called The Book of 36720, Quotes to Wake You Up. And I got a book 2 coming out once this one gets out. And I can't wait for you all. If you're interested in being motivated with some backstories behind it, I hope that you all will get a chance to read this book. And I want to do an audio so you can actually listen to it as well. Once you find that image of what you want to be, or where you want to be at, then you want to go to step 2 and start getting all of the instruments together. That means getting everything that you need to make this picture a reality. That also includes writing down some of the things that you need to eliminate so that you can get to that picture. And when you get there, what is the next step? When I went through my cycle dealing with cancer in 2017, after I got out the hospital, I'm 30 pounds underweight. I look like I'm dying. I look like I'm on crack. I'm 40 pounds underweight now, trying to get that weight back. And I go in for my first doctor's appointment with my primary care doctor. And the first thing he did was he explained to me exactly what happened to me, step by step by step. I have already started taking notes about my condition, including every time I ate, I wrote down what time I ate, when I went to the washroom, how I was feeling, whole manuscript of my regimen. And for that 1 year, he advised me, this sometimes comes back on people in 2 to 5 years. So within those 5 years, prepare yourself, because most of the clients that he dealt with that dealt with cancer, they did chemo. I didn't do chemo. So they've already put on a list that he may be back because the cancer might come back. Little did they know, I had an elder that taught me everything about cancer and what it was and what it isn't. So when I got back after that year and I came back, they wanted to see if they wanted to set me up for chemotherapy. Dr. Mullane said, and I quote, well, you really don't need chemo because you're only at 3%. You don't really need it. And I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. And I recorded him. And I was dating somebody. Her name was Tara. Shout out to Tara. And she heard him say it because she drove me to my appointment. And lo and behold, I haven't had an issue with cancer since. That was 1 year after that. It was 2018. I did my event. And the day that happened, mind you, it was my godmother's birthday. So every March 15th, I celebrate her birthday, but I also celebrate me being that year cancer-free. As of now, it's been 8 years. 8 years. 8 years, 6 to 8 months. 8 years, 10 months. But I had a vision. When they said I wasn't going to be able to do things, mind you, I was carrying I had a colostomy bag that they should have took off, but they didn't. Ended up having this colostomy bag on for 6 years because of COVID. And thankfully, though they thought I was going to go through a rough period, which I did, I still got up, I still worked out, I still kept focused, I still kept things going. All the way up until 2019. I'm 2 years cancer-free. I'm still wearing this bag. However, I'm at a regular weight. Muscle tone is still good. I'm still hanging in there. And I did a video at Culture Connections 360.com. That's here in Chicago. Hey Jeffrey, I'm giving you all the I'm giving you an update on some things before I get to my post. Hope everything's cool out there where you at. I ended up getting a video and I talked about soursop. And a lady was buying and she didn't know what it was about. And I told her this helped me with my cancer. And the brother told me, would you like to tell your story? And I told my story and I told him about the regimen that I was given and how it helped me. That video has over 8.5 million views now worldwide. And I became known as the Soursop Man. And I've been challenged and I've been willing to talk to people online about what I said. It's not snake oil because so many people are selling stuff just to get money off of people and it's not really working. I've helped a lot of people, hundreds of people, and I'm grateful for that. And I got a following of 30,000 followers on TikTok. And because I was going so hard on things, I got banned permanently off TikTok. I know that's because a practitioner reported me. I know that. I know this. But I kept the focus. So as I said, you are a work of art. I want you to think of, if you are someone who's dealing with cancer right now, I want you to focus on seeing yourself right now. Go to the washroom, look at yourself, take a picture of yourself and how you're looking. And then I want you to say 14 days from now, I'm going to make an adjustment. I'm going to change how I look right now. 28 days from now, I'm going to look different and I'm going to be better. 45 days from now, I'm going to be better. And as you say this to yourself, put that on the calendar. Make dates. The same way you make dates to make sure you can pay your rent and all your bills, make that date. I'm going to make sure that I reach this goal. I said I was going to do 100 push-ups a day. I'm going to do my stretches. I'm going to do my bends. I'm going to be able to do this. I couldn't even do this. That's how weak I was. I couldn't even sit up in the shower because I was weak. But I said, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this. 3 months after I got out the hospital, I'm still underweight. I'm still looking like skin and bones. Every morning, because I couldn't do push-ups, I would get on the wall, take my hand, and slowly go and push myself until I got my arm strength back. I lost all my muscle tone in my arms. And then I went from that arm to this arm. And then I would lean back and then do push-ups on the wall until I actually got out and I'm doing leg raises. Then I went from doing 10 push-ups to 20 push-ups to 50 push-ups to 100 push-ups. Then I'm doing one arm push-ups until my strength came back. And I'm still wearing a bag. I was not allowing anything to stop me from reaching my goal. This is where people who got cancer have to have this mentality. I'm not dying from this. And I'm going to make myself get it right. I'm not dying from this. Not because I got a family that needs me. I'm not dying from this because it's not my time. And I was angry. I was upset. I was going through some things. And I'm like, out of everything that I've got going on, this is what you give me now? F you. I ain't dying. War. I'm mad. I'm literally just turned 42 years old and I got this. I'm going through a separation, divorce, financial issues, and I got this? No. Some got to give. That's the attitude that you got to have. You got to see the bigger picture. I'm wearing a brand that I started the same year I got cancer. I kept going. I'm still here. That's the attitude that you got to have in dealing with this. But you got to see yourself. You got to see the bigger picture. Big Job 2016. Peace to you. Can you say shout out, Jaden? I'm doing this, then subscribing to people who do this. All right, I got you. Here's the deal. I will shout you out as long as you share this information for somebody who may need some health consultation, that may need to be inspired if they're dealing with a health condition such as cancer like I had. I will shout you out. Now, you got to respond and give me an okay, and I'll shout you out. And what do you do by chance so that I can shout you out properly? I don't mind shouting nobody out. Hey, if we don't network, we don't work. But what do you do, Big Job? Let me know what you do. All right. So here I am with this situation. I wanted to do this. I'm doing this. I said I'm going to paint 7 murals to my collection. And if I can get those 7 murals out and I can get them to every motorcycle clubhouse in Chicago and abroad, if I die from this, people will remember me. It's over 75 murals now. Almost 12 years later, my brand is still here. And I had a particular person, I'm not going to say who it was, but this person said to me in the hospital, what am I going to do when I get out of here? And I told this person, I'm going to do this We Ride thing. That's the name of my brand, We Ride Biker for Life by Rael. And this person said, and I'll never forget, who's going to follow a t-shirt movement? Broke my heart. During that night, I'm in the hospital. I'm watching a congressional meeting. I can't remember the name of the man. Stay with me. In the congressional meeting, the man was talking about how when he was a kid, he started a business, and he started doing the business. And when he got older, he was really moving the business, and he ended up going to college. But before he went to college, he really put a lot of money and time into this business because he believed in it. But before he got out of college, he realized that it wasn't making a lot of money. He was really downtrodden, disappointed that it didn't go the way that he wanted to go. So before he graduated out of college, he told his father what he was going to do. And his father told him, after he told him he's going to put the business down because it's not doing anything, his father said this, and I want you all to remember this. It's I've been on this for about 23 minutes, but try to stay on it for 15 minutes more. He said, and I quote, said his father told him to look at him. I'm going to tell you something. I want you to pay attention very good. If you quit, they win. If you quit, they win. And he asked his father, who? He said, everybody that said that you could not be successful in what you started. If you quit, you're going to go to bed at night and you're going to regret that you quit, because you may just be that close to having your business explode and do greater things. But if you quit, you'll never know if that business would have been greater, would have gotten better, would have been more successful. He was doing that business, and his family got into the business, and they still are in business. Even though he's in Congress, that business is still running. Okay? What I'm saying to y'all was, that was the motivation that I needed after I was told who's going to follow a t-shirt movement. And that person was always disagreeable about what I was trying to do. You got to look at that the same way when these doctors tell you, if you don't do chemo, you're going to die. If you don't take this regimen, you're going to die. And they put that fear factor in you, and they make you think that if you don't follow their instructions, mind you, the instructions that they have never done themselves, then there is no hope for you. That is the adrenaline that the cancer cells will eat off of, because you are fearing your own ability to step up and rise from this situation. You got to see the bigger picture. What's the bigger picture? The bigger picture is you're winning. You're beating cancer. You're not just beating it, you're killing it. It no longer exists in you because now you're taking the regimen the same way that I said, take 14 days of your life and say 14 days from now, I'm going to be in a better place. You got to take that same energy and take that calendar and say 4 months from now, I'm going to be cancer free. 4 months from now, I am going to be in a better shape, mentally, physically, spiritually. I'm going to be financially better because this is not a death sentence that they call cancer. Cancer is just your body reminding you that there is something incorrect and it's giving you time to fix it. Now you have the opportunity to fix and repair the problem. So don't look at that cancer cell that's in your body as the enemy. Look at that cancer cell like a little child that has not been disciplined. And now it's your duty to discipline this child to walk in the direction that you want it to. And once you get that in order, then your body is going to react and respond accordingly. And you're going to start noticing after 21 days, you're looking better. You're feeling better. You may not be all the way where you want to be, but you're getting there and people recognizing it. They saw you going from being in the bed and depressed all the time to actually getting up, moving around. You're listening to good music. Shout out to DJ Raphael. I can't play his music on it while I'm live because they'll flag it. I'm listening to good music. I'm creating. I'm writing. I'm exercising. I'm talking to people. And I'm surrounding myself with the right people to help me get to this new stage in my life. I'm not just talking to people that's always worried about stuff. I'm not around people that's sitting up here boo-hooing because I got cancer and I'm going to be sick. No, you got to get the fall out of here. I don't need your energy. My sisters, and I love them to death, when they found out what was going on with me, and I go to my sister's house, and I had a conversation with my oldest sister and my oldest twin sister. Because I got twins. I got a twin sister. She looked like me, but she's not my twin, but you would think we were twins. And they wanted me to do something that the doctors throw at people. And that is, they want you to surrender so that they can control you. And my sisters was saying, and I quote, "Why don't you just say what it is?" And I told them, no, I am not going to say I got cancer. No, I'm not going to surrender. Now they crying and boo-hooing and everything. And my twin sister, she just an emotional wreck. And I looked at her like she was crazy. And I said, I don't know why you crying. I ain't finna die from this shit. That was in 2014. It's 2026. I'm still alive. And thanks to my elder teaching me how to kill it naturally and understanding the process, I can honestly look at anybody and say, you're looking at a person that didn't have chemotherapy. You're looking at a person that didn't do radiation. You're looking at a person that beat it naturally. In fact, in 2016, September 1st, 2016, which is the same date that me and my now ex-wife separated, I'm back in the hospital because of eating some food that was not cooked all the way, and it irritated my stomach so bad that I had the flux. And I end up going to the hospital, and automatically they thinking it's the cancer that spread it in the brain and all that. Come to find out I was just really dehydrated because I was trying to clean this stuff out of my system because I knew the food that I ate was the reason why I'm feeling like this. But what it did, it irritated the tumor. Although it was shrinking, it irritated the tumor to the much where I actually food poisoned myself, and they had to do emergency surgery. Something else happened on that day, but I'm not going to talk about that because that's a little bit too personal. But All they thought was it was a cancer. It's the cancer. It's the cancer. It's the cancer. It's the cancer. It wasn't the cancer. Because when they looked at my records and they was asking me, they noticed my numbers are low. They noticed that my blood was in good shape. The numbers were normal. Cancer numbers were very low. So what was it that I was doing? Of course, I didn't tell them. But 3 months after I got out the hospital, I went in for my checkup. Now I can move around by myself. I didn't need assistance. And the same doctor that came in and was asking me to do chemotherapy saw me at my appointment, and he kept saying, I really think that you should do chemo. And I told him, Doc, I don't need no chemo, man. And then he tried to cut in, and he's like, but I really think, and I told the doctor, and he spoke Arabic, so I speak a little Arabic. So I was like, yeah, Tazi. Shufa, esma'an. La chemo. And a huzi. That simply means I don't need it. And he's cracking up because he didn't know I spoke. But he knew what I was saying because I spoke a different dialect of Arabic, known as Nuba. And I told him, listen, if you can beat me doing push-ups, I'll consider it. And he looked at me and he took the challenge. I said, we're going to start with 10. We did 10 sets of push-ups. Then we did another set of push-ups, but we did the regular ones. Then the second set, we did this, get up, tap our hands, go down, switch, tap our hands, go down. Did another 10. He said, you okay? He said, you okay? I said, yeah. Then I did this. One hand. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm still underweight, but I'm doing push-ups. Then I got up and did a lotus lift on my hand like this. I study a little martial arts. I'm good. And the nurse, the security, and a few of the doctors that was there, they was cracking up because some of them saw how bad I was looking. Now they see how I'm looking now, even though I was still underweight. But I got through it. I was not allowing this to defeat me. Do you understand? And this is what I want you all to get from this video. You have to see yourself the bigger picture. Get a picture of a bodybuilder or somebody in a shape that within 3 or 4 months, you can see yourself looking like. Get a vision of a car and put yourself in that picture and see yourself getting it. Because if you got something to look forward to, guess what you don't have time for? Worrying about something that's a small problem that you can fix. And that's how I want you all to look at cancer. That's what I want you all to share with you with your friends who may be dealing with this. I want you all to see it from a person that actually experienced it. I want you all to hear this from a person who was at his very lowest point. And it doesn't mean that I became a millionaire overnight. I'm driving a Benz, although I don't like Mercedes-Benzes. I'm here, the real person. I got up every day, went to work. I actually went back to work 20-something days after I got to the hospital. Walked to work, got on a bus, a train, went to work. I was not allowing this to defeat me. And that's what I need you all to think about. Don't let this defeat you. That includes listen, I was hurt from my divorce. It bothered me, but I got through it. You know how I got through it? By saying, I will not allow this to defeat me. Even if I'm at my lowest point, even though I don't have the things I want, even though I can't do the things I want to do, I'm going to get up and I'm going to make this work. Because I believe in myself, and I'm not just saying that. It's hard. I'm a Gemini. I got 18,000 people in one person, okay? But I got through it. I need you all to say, I'm going to get through this, but I'm going to take the effort and do what's necessary and get the things I need, even though it's scary. But I'm going to get through this because at the end of this journey, I am going to be in the best shape of my life. I'm going to be in the best position in my life, and I'm going to have a story to tell because it's going to be somebody is going to be in the same situation that I'm in right now, and I'm going to show them how to get out of it. And that's what I'm teaching you all. This is what I teach my people. The regimen, it works. If you got cancer and you dedicate yourself to getting your body back in order, in 4 months, you're going to see improvements. And in some cases, you'll see it faster than that. Because most people who are told they got cancer don't have cancer. They got the symptoms. And once you get rid of the symptoms, then the cancer that takes 14 days to develop, die off, and give birth to another version of itself will start reversing itself into a cleaner, mature, and a cell that got itself back in shape with the rest of the crew. But if you don't take the steps, if you don't take the time to look at the problem, which is most of the time your diet and your atmosphere, you won't know how to fix the situation. So let's fix this situation. Please subscribe to this channel. I got a ton of videos on this channel. And if you need to learn about anything, I try to title everything. I do consultations. Now, I do charge, but you ain't going to go broke. Most of the time, the time that I'm on the phone with a person, I charge $45 for 1 hour. Sometimes I'm on the phone for 3 hours. My supplements are between $30 and $40. A complete packet is $150. I usually give 2 months of supplies when you're only paying for one. Why? Because it's not about the money. Don't get me wrong. I got bills like you. But once you're done with me, after 4 months, 5 at the most, you don't need me no more. You learned everything you need to know because I'm dedicating myself to working with you exclusively on what you got going on. And then these small courses, you ain't paid for them. You can go to my videos channel and take a look at it. And wait till you see the new stuff. You're going to learn a lot more. But it's not going to be something difficult. Number one, I'm going to leave it here. Find out what your blood type is. That's the number one problem. You're eating against your blood type, especially if you're this huge. Number two, get your blood type dietary chart and look at everything that you are supposed to eat, what is okay, and what is not allowed. Majority of you all are eating stuff that's not allowed. Study how the blood absorbs your nutrients and how it goes into your body. And then, lastly, when you get that chart, get an alkaline chart. The alkaline food chart will show you everything that you need to know about what you should be eating, the ratio and scale of what you are supposed to be eating, and then study each of those food sources and how it heals the body. Got it? Hold on, let me see this here. Everyone listen clearly. My name is Jah Ministry, and I am anointed by God. I am anointed as the reaper, and God is not happy at all. Well, Jah Ministry, thank you for tuning in. I hope you share this video with somebody that needs some guidance on better health. And let's play the Reaper on cancer. All right? I appreciate you watching. I am officially offline. I got to get back to painting this. And I hope that someone learned something from this video. Thank you for the likes. You guys be safe out there. Please subscribe to this channel, the We Rock for a Cure channel. Be a part of this family. If you got any health concerns, if you want to get into the regiment, March, I will be starting the spring detox camp. It doesn't cost anything. It's free 99. It's free 99, FREE 99. So if you want to learn how to do the detox program, there's multiple detox programs that are out here. I got a very simple one. If you want to be a part of it, all you got to do is inbox me or call 773-551-2904. If you're looking for a regimen to get started on and you need something as simple as consultation, my consultation is $45 for an hour. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be on a lot longer than that. I have a package. The package is simply this. Pardon me, I'm by a fire station. The package is $150 plus shipping and handling. You get the consultation, you get the power water, and you get the ammo pack supplements to start your journey. It will last you 2 months. You may not even need anything else. That'll hold you down. Consultation at 1 hour, most of the time, that's pretty much all you need to get upset. You probably don't even need the products. Just probably need just that. And then you can get your own and get yourself right on point with your goal. But you're going to be a part of a family. I send out emails every week. We keep a checkup on everybody if you hire me. And again, you don't need me. After 5 months, you don't need me no more. You're going to learn everything the same way my elder taught me. And you're not going to pay what I paid to learn. I promise you. At the maximum, it's $250 a month, consultation, a guide, training your power team, your family members, training you, teaching you, and having the proper supplements that's made for you so we can fix this problem. Is that expensive? Or is $100,000 medical bill for some services that you probably didn't even need? And now you got a debt for 10 years because the economy is messed up. And medical insurance is crazy. And some people can't even afford that. So for 4 to 5 months, you got something that you don't even need to go back because you already know what to do. And you can show your family this, and you can teach them. And you got somebody that can teach somebody, that can teach somebody, that can teach somebody. And guess what? As you get blessed, you bless others. I got blessed. My father died from esophageal cancer. My grandmother died from colon cancer. My grandfather died from cancer of the throat and lungs. Okay? And I know so many people that died from this, that went through chemotherapy, like my father. And I believe if my father never took chemotherapy and followed this regimen, my father would be 75 years old right now, still alive. So I know this works. And in some cases, the regimen that I teach in 45 days, man, them numbers is going down, Jack, because now you understand the process. All right, I'm done. I got to get back to work. I've been on for 42 minutes. I hope that this was a video that you all can learn from. I'm very interested in what you think about this video. Thanks for hanging on in there with me. I want you guys to be safe. Please, before I go off, it's the easiest thing you can do every morning. Flush your nostrils out before you go out. You know, you clean your skin, clean your nostrils. You'd be surprised what you're breathing. Clean your nostrils before you go out. Gargle before you go out. When you clean your house, as you clean the kitchen, you mop the floors, you clean the tables and all that, clean your ceilings. Most of the bacteria that you breathe is in the ceiling that comes down, especially if you smoke cigarettes and that other stuff. You'd be surprised how your body reacts. Cancer cannot live in a highly oxidated area. If your house is filthy, what do you think you're breathing? All right, till next time. Y'all be safe. I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday. I hope that you all learn from this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient. We didn't have any crazy people on here saying derogatory messages this time, so we didn't need a moderator this time. Thank you all very much. Be safe. Peace.